This is the Secure Family Podcast. Welcome, friend. I'm Andy Murphy. This show is all about empowering parents to protect themselves and their family. I believe that security is the foundation of happiness, and I want your family to be safe and happy. If that sounds like something that resonates with you, subscribe to the show because there is always something new to talk about. The information that I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and for your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today, I want to talk about how we can all protect our homes this holiday season. I don't want your family to be taken advantage of during the season of hope. All of that and more coming up on the Secure Family Podcast. News just broke that one of the largest social media companies is profiting from scam ads. According to reports, a major social media company projected that about 10% of its revenue last year came from paid ads that were fraudulent. Those same reports say that internal documents show that users were being showed 15 billion higher-risk scam ads every single day. So when you're scrolling right now and you tap on that too good to be true offer, please be skeptical. That ad may be a scam and the platform you trust may be profiting from it. That means your personal information is part of an ecosystem that lets scammers pay to reach you, which is why I use Delete Me. They help remove your personal information from data broker sites so you're less exposed to scammers and bad actors. Go to joindeleteme.com/dad and use promo code DAD to get 20% off your Delete Me plan. That's joindeleteme.com/dad, code DAD. There's a plan for every budget. Delete Me is a sponsor of the Secure Family Podcast. So I wanted to spend some time today talking about how we can keep your home and your family safe during the holidays. This season brings about a lot of joy, but it also brings about a lot more distractions. Now I'm talking about more deliveries, more travel, more opportunities for the wrong people to take advantage of a really busy family. So let's walk through a set of practical steps that you can put into place right now to protect your home, your privacy, and your family. Holiday travel, school events, late-night shopping runs, all of this means that your home is more likely to be empty. And unfortunately, criminals know that. I read a lot of news stories that say that property crimes increase during this time of year. So the bad guys already know that we are not prepared for them. One of the simplest things that we can do right now to protect our home is to add good lighting. Floodlights in the yard do double duty. Right now, they're going to highlight that beautiful holiday decor that you have, and they're going to make your home far less appealing to anybody who's looking for an easy score. A well-lit home will frequently be passed over for a darker one. Inside your home, smart plugs are really going to help you out. You can buy devices like the Amazon Smart Plug, and you can set real-world schedules for your lamps and other lighting sources so that your home is going to look lived in while you're away. And you don't need to create a complicated somebody walking from room to room lighting plan. While that scene in Home Alone with the fake party is really fun, we do not have to do that in reality. Just mimic your normal routine, and that will look real to anybody outside. Before you leave town, take a moment to request a mail hold from the Postal Service. This is a big one, and it is so easy to do. A stuffed mailbox or packages piling up by the door is a classic sign that nobody is home. Holding your mail is super easy. You just go to the website, sign in, you pick your calendar dates that you want your mail held, and then they will bring it all to you when the hold is over. It's super simple. And if you compare that with asking a trusted neighbor to keep an eye on your home while you're gone, your mail is not going to betray you. Speaking of making things easy for criminals, let's make our home a harder target than your neighbor's. Keep in mind that your home should never be interesting to a criminal. This means that from the street, the bad guys need to know they are not going to have an easy time if they try to break into your home. We've already covered that lighting is a great deterrent, but now overt security cameras are going to help us out too. Obviously, security cameras will help you keep an eye on your property, and they'll also dissuade some form of criminal activity from approaching your door and coming onto your property, that sort of thing. Other criminals are not going to care about that. We'll talk about that more in a minute. I suggest that you place cameras on every entry point of your home. That means your front door, your back door, and any side entrances that you have. And don't forget about the garage door either. And what I mean by overt cameras are, these are the ones that can easily be seen. These are the ones that are going to tell someone standing at the sidewalk, hey, you know what? These people care about their house. They care about their home security. I'm going to go check the neighbors and see if they don't have cameras. That's what I mean by an overt camera. I do hate to say, though, cameras are not the deterrent that they once were. I know that sounds contradictory, but hear me out. There are some criminals who are just going to put a mask on and go for it. That's why your entry points need to be locked and your windows need to be secured, because some people just don't care about cameras. If you have like a storm door, a glass one preferably, make sure that that one is locked, so it's going to take more time for somebody to check and see if your door is open. Also have an extra lock on your door like the FlipLok, and this is a secondary lock that is inside your home. There's no key to it. It just simply drops and locks into place. Just drill the base into your door frame and it sits there just fine, and then you just slide it over and it drops down and locks into place. FlipLok is a great name for it. But that little device right there is going to help your door to be able to withstand a kick-in style attack. So if somebody tries to come up to your front door and kick through it like we see over and over again in Ring doorbell videos, if they kick it 5 or 6 times and that door still doesn't open, they're going to get frustrated and they're going to leave. They're going to realize that they've spent too much time trying to do this and they're going to run off. So fortifying that front door is a big deal. Holiday home security is not just physical, it's digital too. Most of us like to share our holiday plans online, and I don't blame you. But while you may trust your friends, you can't trust every account that might see your post. If you post photos while out of town, you're advertising that you have an empty home. Instead, I'm just going to ask you to wait to share those pictures until you get back. Just a little delayed gratification, and teach your kids and your teens to do this as well. Avoid tagging your live location too. The overall goal here is to try to keep our privacy tight so that strangers don't get a free look into our holiday schedule and know when our home is empty. Not every threat comes from a criminal during the holiday season. We really have to be mindful of fire safety as well. If you have a live tree, water it daily, please. Dry trees ignite extremely fast. Fire departments love making those videos on the demonstration of how quickly a dry tree will go up in flames. It is scary how fast they become fully engulfed. So set reminders on your phone, do whatever you have to do to make sure that you water your tree. Also, we're going to need to be cautious with candles as well. I love the look and the smell that holiday candles can give us, but if they're left unattended, then they may start a fire. Supervise them while they're lit and then just blow them out before you leave or before going to bed. And another thing to consider is you don't want to overload your outlets with lights and other devices like heaters and things like that. This time of year, we're pulling out all the extra Christmas lights. We've got the indoor heater. We've got maybe like the train going around the Christmas tree. We're using up all of this extra power, and our outlets can become overloaded really quick. Now, an overloaded outlet can cause problems. Some of them can be small and some of them can be quite big. So please make sure that you're not putting too much strain on your outlets. I would only use 1 power strip per outlet instead of, 5 or 6 power strips daisy chained together. That's probably not a good idea. And even after the holidays, we are still going to need to be vigilant. Once the gifts are open, criminals are going to look for the boxes left at the curb that is going to be advertising what you got from Santa. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Don't leave boxes for new TVs, gaming consoles, or tools at the curb just waiting for pickup day. You're going to need to break down those boxes and hide them inside your home or stuff them in the recycling bin. And if you don't have any space for that, which I understand, you just need to haul them away separately. Do not broadcast what you have sitting inside your home that could easily be stolen. And lastly, let's not forget about the digital safety of our kids. I've talked about this a lot in 2025 on how online predators can get to your kids, and they absolutely know that kids are going to be getting new devices as gifts. And they know that some parents are just going to hand that device over before any parental controls can be set up, before any ground rules can be made, and that really makes for a bad situation. Make sure your child knows the behaviors and the rules that are expected of these new digital toys. Set those parental controls. Disable location sharing. Keep devices in common areas to maintain healthy screen time boundaries. If you want to know more about this, and I highly suggest that you do, I want you to check out episode 353 of this podcast. It came out at the beginning of December, and it goes through a lot of great information that parents are going to need to keep their kids safe online, because unfortunately, the threats just keep evolving over time. It seems like each month there is something new to be concerned about. With a few simple steps, you can enjoy the season with peace of mind and protect what matters most. That's all that I have for the Secure Family Podcast for today. Take back your privacy and personal data with help from Delete Me. Get 20% off a privacy plan when using the code DAD at checkout. Delete Me is the official data removal service of the Secure Dad. If you enjoyed this episode or learned something new today, I'd be grateful if you would follow the show, subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, or leave a 5-star review. If you'd like to know more about the Secure Dad, join me on Instagram and TikTok. My username for both platforms is The Secure Dad. I'm Andy Murphy, and from my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.